Hello.
Hey,
We're back.
it's us.
Episode 8, probably.
TBD.
It'll be in the title.
We'll add it later.
Hello. We haven't been on in a while because life and things and whatnot. But today I'm excited to be here and to talk about new stuff.
Lots of things.
Yeah.
Really, like a lot of things, actually.
But I want to start with you.
Me?
And we've been chatting a lot recently because, well, we're friends.
We talk all the time.
And that's how that works.
Yeah.
But you've recently made a decision.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been going well because, well, it would be hard for it to have been going worse based on what you've been telling me.
Yeah.
So tell me about your decision to drop a coach and kind of freestyle your training for now.
Yeah, so drop a coach also is a loose statement, right? Because we're like, really, I'm treating this like a pause because my coach is phenomenal. He's great. Like, we did a lot of really good stuff together.
Yes.
I intend on picking him back up as soon as I can.
Yes. So let's start here and cut this off now because I'm with you and I love that because he is awesome.
Yes.
I've met him. He's wicked strong. He's very insightful.
Super
awesome
smart
guy.
Yeah.
Almost got scammed by a fake him. Actually,
I know
I told
you did.
about this.
Yeah.
The internet's a crazy place, which we're going to get to. Today's topic is media, and so that's kind of some of the things I want to talk about. But let's get it out there that your coach is and was amazing and was doing a lot of good for you. Yep. I want to touch on the mental health
part of it.
Yeah, like the other side of lifting. That's like, yes, we deal with the body so much, and we talk so much about your like how to recover well. And most of that rhetoric is regarding like muscle and central nervous system. Mm-hmm. But there's this whole other aspect of like,
mental
you have
health
to want to be there.
Yeah. So yeah, then that's the big part of the decision because right now, Jameson life complicated. I'm going towards a very like difficult professional certification. I'm looking at a career, like not a career change, but like a job positional change in the near future. Along with like, I still coach a series of athletes. I'm worried about my own training, trying to manage all of that. Like, I'm going towards a deficit again for my diet to lose some weight following my next competition. A lot of things going on. And it came to a point where every moment of my day was stress from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. And that is atrocious for everything. Like, on to the point of recovery, really, really bad. And
it is.
It came to the point where I was like, I can't focus on training. Like, when I come here, I hate training because it's another stressor that should be something that I enjoy and should be something that I love.
Yeah.
And that's
we love lifting.
We love lifting. And it's a really hard thing to like conceptualize that change. And it's a hard thing to like internally process when you finish a session at the gym and you're used to being like, wow, that was great. I'm really happy about that going here, to being like, wow, I wish I had not woken up this morning.
Yeah.
You know, like that's really hard because this is the thing that's supposed to be.
Yeah. If you're walking away from the time in your day that's supposed to be fun and stress relief and you're more stressed or any kind of emotion, right, that is on the negative side, whether it's sad, angry, whatever, there's a lot of ways to feel disappointed. That's stress relief can't become stress-er.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're right. Recovery is going to go out the toilet, right? Out the toilet.
That's fine. You can flush.
When we want it in the toilet?
It leaves the toilet.
Down the toilet.
Same.
Yep. Wrong verb.
Yeah.
Is that a verb? It's got to be a verb.
I think I'm just going to say metaphor, but keep going.
All right, cool. Recovery matters. And so a really big part of that is like, how do you feel about what's going on in your whole life? Not just, you have a lot going on personally. You have a lot going on professionally. And now one of your main sources of like, let me go
work out,
be happy, do a hobby thing is now becoming a chore. And that's okay. That's going to happen with training. But when that's happening with training on top of other things being extra stressful, okay, that needs to change, right? We need to look at doing something different. So I know you've been struggling with the shoulder, which is not new news for anybody that knows you.
Or the podcast. We talked about it like for 4 or 5 episodes now, I think.
And so that been continuing to cause you problems?
Yeah, it's been getting better. So the thing that's interesting, we talked about this a little bit, is that when I made the change, my training kind of went from being like very structured, very regimented. Here's what I'm doing week to week to week. And now I come into the gym and I'm like, what would help me? And I just do whatever feels good. And so that can be, sometimes I'm doing a competition bench. Sometimes I'm doing a close grip bench or a feet up bench, or sometimes I'm not benching at all. Sometimes I do dumbbells, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm doing just machines. And that ability to like spot check my body's health and what works well for me has made a big difference. And the fact that there's no stress around it. Like, I don't have to do anything. If I show up and I'm like, today's not a good day, I can leave.
Having a coach is amazing.
Yes.
You are currently coaching me, and it's brought a lot of structure to my lifts. And I think that has taken me really far, on top of you're doing a great job. Again, you're very insightful. You've taught me some things. Yay, that's awesome.
Yay.
But I think probably the biggest contributing factor is the structure and the pressure of the social pressure of, hey, this person's asking me to do this. They're asking me for these to meet these requirements. I need to send them videos. I need to blah, 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 blah. There's so much that comes with that socialness that can be really good and really push progress forward. When that interaction becomes tainted or like a source of stress, no longer like, I'm not excited to talk to you about what's happening, even if it's going wrong, right? Because when you're with a good coach and your life is like not
a disaster
down the toilet, I almost said out the toilet again.
That would be good.
I'm stuck on it.
You're good. It does work too.
It does.
Anyways,
just take it out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, when you flush, it goes out of the toilet. The toilet's a physical piece.
We made the same face.
Why would you take it out with your hand?
Jake did this, and I was like,
When you flush, it leaves the toilet.
It does.
Anyways,
out of the toilet.
Continue your statement. Okay.
That relationship matters a ton.
Yeah.
And social, right? It plays a huge role. And so if you are having repeatedly poor
performance,
poor performance on the way you feel, and then your coach like doubles down and they're like, hey, it'll get better or you'll do better, and you're just like, no dude, like there's a lot going wrong. I have so many other things to worry about. Can we just shelf that?
Well, even when it's a positive relationship, right? Like, and this is what I was experiencing. It was a positive relationship. I would say, hey, things sucked, here's why, or here's what's going on, or whatever, and he's like, cool, let's do this and this and this. And I can try to do those things, but that next cue is another source of stress also. And so I go into the gym and I'm like, all right, well, now I have to do the lift, but I also have to do this other thing. It's new and different. I don't get to just like lift it.
And I'm not good at it or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
And it's supposed to be heavy. So like, what if that new cue doesn't work? What if this and this doesn't work? Or maybe it's too much weight to add new steps into, blah, 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 whatever. And also like not knowing, because when you're in the stressed state.
Just a whole nother variable of stress.
Yeah. When you're in the stress state already, I don't know how strong I'm going to be any day. I could walk in the gym and fail a 220 bench press, which would be, I have failed a 220 bench press because of shoulder. But the stress, like I could walk in and show up and my body just says no, and so there's no, like, I don't know what too much stress is going to be for the lift, for the gym, for the day, because the weight's also a stress as a physical stress, right? So there's so many things playing in that I don't know what's going to happen at all. And so he's like, do more things. I'm like, but I don't know if I can.
Yeah. And so taking that piece out entirely has been your solution.
It's been a huge,
and how's that going?
Benefit. It's been great. It's the shoulder's been better, like we just said. Training has been fine, and it's as good as it needs to be. I don't feel like I'm losing any strength, which is all I care about right now. And it's made the gym a space where I can come in, have a good time, relax, like genuinely relax. Do the thing that I enjoy without feeling like I need to do anything. And I don't know if we talked about this before, but competitions are interesting too.
I love the word. Yeah, go ahead. I want to pick out the word need there.
Yeah, we'll
touch back on it. But let's talk about competitions.
Competitions are a cool thing. One of the most fun experiences I've ever had in a competition is going in with nothing, no prep, no expectations. I went in for openers and I was just qualifying it for a meet. So I showed up and I did my first attempt at everything, and I said, I'm good. I'm going to go home. Yeah. I went in, I did my first best squat, my first bench, my first deadlift, and I went home. That was the end of my day. And I was like, and I had so much fun. I had so much fun because I was hanging out, I was talking, I was helping everybody load their weights. There was no stress on me whatsoever. And so it was great. It was a lot of fun. And I'm planning to do something similar in November when I do my next meet. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my full 3 attempts at everything. But like, I'm not really going to do a full peak. I'm going to do a very simple, straightforward peak, a very traditional, like loaded peak. I'm going to not really prep anything beforehand. I'm just going to the gym to train. And then the last month, I'll do a little bit of a ramp up in the heavy, side of my training, and that's going to be pretty much it. And I'm just going to show up
Interesting.
and do whatever I feel like doing.
I'm excited to hear how that plays out,
Yeah.
because that is very not like you.
Very not like me.
And I have two things I want to talk about. First, let's talk about need. And let's talk about how this hobby, they're totally connected, the two things. This hobby of ours that we love, going to the gym in general, right? No, I don't even want to talk about powerlifting. You're going to wait. Just working out, moving your body. Let's even take a further step back. I really can feel the benefit in my brain when I move. Versus when I don't. And my preferred method of moving is lifting heavy weights. Right? You can do whatever you want. I don't care. Right? Move your body. Okay. That's the thing. We have the thing in common that we both like powerlifting. So when that goes from I want to I need, that's a problem, right? And I like to talk about like buckets.
Sure.
And when it comes out of the I want to bucket and goes into the I need to bucket, when that's good and that's fun and that is part of prep and that is part of taking it very seriously. And that's a cool thing because I want to do well, right? So there's still part of the want bucket there, but when you're showing up and it's stressful and you don't even, the want goes away entirely, you don't want to be here, that's a problem. That is where we need to make a big change. That's when mental health things are, okay, I'm not saying stop working out. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we need to change, go away from, maybe alter the, like how zoomed in we are, right? So when you're powerlifting, things are very, very exact. And you need to do this many reps and you need to rest this much and you should be able to do this much by this day and blah, 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 right? Like there's so much need in there. That the fun part of the gym kind of seeps away and can get like
muddied a little bit,
sucked up, and just it really leaves this core of need. And oh man, that's awful, right? That happens, right, to everybody. And I think I really just wanted to start today, and this isn't going to be what we talk about most of the day, but I wanted to bring this up because it's been relevant in my life recently too. And mental health is this huge thing that is really hard to quantify and have like exact data and conversations and like examples. And this is one that I wanted to use you. Thanks.
Used to it.
But
keep going. That's a joke.
Because it's relevant and it's topical. And I know this is just something that you're happy to share because you're talking about it at the gym. And so I think this is something that's really cool. Mental health is really hard. And so changing things and remembering why you do things is really important. So we like to come to the gym. And if you're no longer liking to come to the gym, even if on an individual day, if you have to work out at 5 a.m. and you're like, oh, I don't want to go, but then you get there and you're done and you're happy, okay, that's great. But if you leave and you're like, I wish I didn't even show up, I don't want to be here, this is bad, right? That is bad. Right? And that's when we need to change our activity. Whatever you're doing to move your body, okay, either change that or
how it's done.
Right? The structure needs to go away or something.
And I think that I fit into a bucket that a lot of people, especially in the sport, do, where I expect myself to be the best possible version of me at every single thing that I do all the time.
That's hard, man.
It's a lot.
And unrealistic.
It is. I know.
To be honest.
I know it is. And I can fully acknowledge that, but that's the way that I find like purpose and pleasure in life. Is pursuing greatness in every aspect of what I do. And I don't know any other way to live. Like that's
holding
who I am.
Holding yourself to a high standard is a good thing. But wow, it's a tightrope to walk.
It's something that I think a lot of people who feel the same way that I do about life will overstack themselves because like, but I could do more. I could do better. I could do more things.
I should have done this. Should. Should's another word that I think is.
It's that, and it's also that like you can put too many things on your plate really easily because they're fun at first, and then you're like, but now I need to be amazing at it all the time. And so it's really important to be able to acknowledge when you've done too much and
committed yourself.
And then things. And then being able to acknowledge what matters right now and to be able to drop something or multiple things in certain cases too. It's hard, but it's really, really important skill.
I'm really big maximize fun guy.
Right? I like this.
And so I think the key to a good life, Jake, life advice. Listen, I'm smart and wise beyond my years.
It's the beard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Today, actually. cut the mustache up a little bit. It was getting too far over my lip.
Right.
I think a good life is as simple as, and this is not simple,
No.
but as simple as balancing fun now, fun later, right? If fun is, for me, the metric that I want to maximize in my life, right?
Yeah.
What else matters? To me, that is the most, right?
Yeah.
That's the pinnacle of what we're looking for. And that can be now or later.
Right.
And balancing that is really, really hard because I think the devil in the middle is should.
Yeah.
And I think it's the thing hiding underneath need. My issue with the word need is probably actually the word should.
I think so. I like that.
Because need is fine. There are things we need to do. I need to breathe.
Yep.
I need to feed myself. But I should do it in a way that is conducive to my goals.
I should eat the chicken and rice
yes.
I prepped.
Right. I do need to eat.
Yeah. Cupcakes sound better.
I shouldn't have 4.
Yeah. I should leave the box.
I shouldn't buy a dozen donuts. I only need 1.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Maybe 4. Anyways.
I'll just get the dozen.
Yeah.
And then I'll share them with the people at the gym.
There you go.
I usually take them home.
Yeah, no, me too. Yeah, me too.
Shoulds are dangerous. That's something I say a lot. And just remember why we do the things that we do. Enjoy it. I'm glad you're finding some joy in coming to the gym again. That's really important.
Yeah.
Let's move on from Jameson. It's great to hear that you're enjoying being here.
Yes.
That's what matters.
Way better on the side too.
Let's talk about here.
Yeah, we have so much to talk about here.
Couple updates.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell the door story? As
Sure,
you are the star of that show.
Boy, am I. Yeah, so we have a garage door at our gym. It's kind of like 2 rooms with a conjoined threshold.
Yep.
And
2 suites of the building that we rent.
Yep.
And they're conjoined.
Yep. And so through the threshold, unit number 2 has a garage door. And we leave it open in the summer because it's hot and insulated in here. And so it gets to be
Stuffy.
much hotter out in here than it is outside.
Unless you get some airflow going.
Unless we have
Thus
airflow.
the door.
Yep. And so garage door gets opened. We leave it open for most of the day. And then when whoever is the latest person in the gym leaves, we close it.
Yep.
Usually me or Jake.
Yeah, there's a couple people we trust to.
Yeah. There's a few. But we don't need to list everybody.
No.
So I go over to close the door at the end of the night and pull down the chain to get it to come down. The door loses its track somewhere. The bottom slams into itself effectively. Yeah. Crunches up the corners real bad. And the top half folds over itself and down about... when you watch the video, it looks like it was in my head.
It looks like it clips through your head.
It looks like it hits me in the head.
But I'm pretty sure you're just a ninja. Because I think you ducked under it, which is bananas. I still have the video. It's not super clear, and I have no interest in releasing it because why would I?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We're glad you're okay.
Yeah,
is number 1 because it was scary.
It was a lot.
But the door is now no longer separating the inside from the outside.
Yeah, the door is fully broken.
It's not doing door things.
No, it's really, really bad. The top portion is open. We have secured the bottom section pretty well. There's a bunch of tires, big heavy tires in front of it. There's a mesh fence, I guess, a gate, whatever.
Yeah. Nice. Big gate guy.
I like gates.
Like a Torii gate?
Yeah.
Japanese one for like...
I know what you're talking about.
Entering the spirit realm.
I like those. It's fun. Mm-hmm. Really good topic, too. Anyway, we're going to move off of this because I'll get lost in this. So we have it cleared off. It's closed. It's good. But the door is a very expensive portion of the gym and probably the most expensive thing we could have to replace here.
Ooh.
I think it is.
Maybe turf.
Possibly turf.
If you're getting good turf.
If you're getting good turf, yeah.
If we're getting the same turf we have, then probably not.
No, but,
our best bid is, I'm still waiting to hear back from Guy, but Guy said he could do it for like under 5. And I said, wow, that'd be amazing. So we're doing a couple things to raise some money.
Yep.
We already have a GoFundMe live. I'll put a link in the description, maybe. I should. You're right. Absolutely, I should.
Yes.
There's other things we're doing. If there's other ways to help out. One, we're having a car wash on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So not yesterday.
Yeah, next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Because that'd be weird.
That'd be crazy.
Time travel.
Yeah.
Next Sunday, we're having a car wash from like 11 to 4 or 5, something like that. I'm still collecting volunteers, seeing who has time to be around. I have a friend that owns a car wash. He's asked to remain unnamed, which is fine, whatever. But he's also helping and sponsoring by giving us all the supplies to wash cars.
Really cool.
Yeah, he does that. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. You're the best, homie. He works out here. He's a gym member. Anyways, enough doxing, my friend. Car wash is happening. It'll be fun. It's like $5 and an open gym. So if you know anybody that wants to check out the gym, it's a great time. You don't even have to get your car washed if you don't want, whatever.
Yeah, open
we'll
gym.
have shaved ice and some other stuff going on.
Did you say open gym?
Yep, twice.
Cool. Okay.
Open gym.
4th time.
Yeah.
It's a big draw.
The next thing we're doing is a poker night. I'm a little bit of a cards guy.
I like cards.
Been known to play some Puzzle Pirates in my day.
I don't know what that is.
Shout out anybody that knows. That's how I learned to play spades and hearts.
Oh, really? Okay.
On the internet. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna have a Texas Hold'em tournament. And there's going to be a $40 buy-in. For the first hour, you can buy in as many times as you want. If you get kicked out, the pot, the money that is collected for buy-ins will go towards fixing the door. And then we're also doing a 50-50 raffle where you buy tickets, and we have like thousands of tickets. And so we're trying to sell a lot of them. And one is $3. 3 is $5.
There's a whole list.
And it ramps, right? And so it goes like, if you spend more money, you get more tickets. And at the end of it, we're going to draw a ticket. Whoever wins gets 50% of the pot. And the other 50% goes to the door. So that's also a thing that's going on. We had somebody donate $200 to the pot to just get it started. Amazing. Thank you, Rachel. Shout out, girl. She's the best. She's been a ton of help with fixing the door and just around the gym. She's amazing. If you have questions on poker, let me know. Tell your friends.
There's a post on the Hardcore Instagram that explains most of it as well. You can check that, and that's going to give you pretty much everything you need.
I think so.
Yeah.
Craig made the thing, but it looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
And he loves poker. He's a big poker guy, so he's really excited, and he's telling his friends. And so I don't know how many people are going to show up, but even if like 9 or 10 people show up, hey, that's fun, right? I personally like cards. I think they're a lot of fun, and there's a social aspect of like playing in person that I think let's quite crazy tangent here. We've both been playing a lot of chess.
Recently play a lot of chess.
Yes, and we actually have a board at the gym now. Super fun. I love that. I've always loved chess. I've never been good at it. I'm turbo bad.
You're better than I am by a wide margin.
The social. You make a move, and then you get to look at the person across from you. What are you doing over there?
Yeah, I did it on purpose, even if you didn't. Even if this is my favorite one because I talked about this a little bit ago. Like when you make a move that you immediately realize is really bad, and you give them like a little look, like
stone face, like,
or you give them a look like you're like you give them like an expectant look, hoping that they take, like pretending that you're hoping they take it to take it.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's you can't see it, but it's there.
It's a trap. Are you smart enough to see it?
I don't
know. Yeah, chess is amazing, and that social part of it. The game's super fun in general. I really enjoy just playing in the brain, like and thinking about my options and learning over time from playing multiple games. It's like, okay, well, I did this last time, and then later recognizing the pattern of what you like to do and how you handle certain situations. Because while the game is simple, there's so many different iterations that you can come to that almost every time you play a game, that game has never been played before by anybody anywhere. That's not totally true at like the highest level, but at the level where people are not very good, you do some crazy things. And so there's so many options that it's a really big space to explore. And that part of the game is amazing. But then there's the whole other like playing in person social part that I think is going to be fun to have with people that I've never had that kind of interaction with at the gym. Right.
Agree.
That kind of, because we both love competition. Right. And so when you're playing cards, it is a competition, right? Like there's a winner and there's a loser.
Absolutely.
And so you get to see that side of people. And I'm really excited to see that side of with you. It's like I can roughly figure out, okay, I think I know what you would be like taking something seriously. Like, but there's some people that I'm like, that I know are going to come, that have told me they're going to come. And I'm like,
what are you going to be like?
I just can't see you like trying hard, like not trying hard, but
I think I know what you mean.
Does that make sense? Like,
so like I take everything in my life pretty seriously.
Yes.
Right. So it's pretty easy to see like me being serious, like locking into stuff, like, cause I do it all the time. there's a lot of people who come in here and they're like really like either like very casual about how they approach training and how they approach lifting and like a lot of things, or they're just having a good time.
Yeah.
And you're like, how would you be if you were like,
if money was on the line?
yeah, like
Which
how
like it's not technically, but there are prizes.
yeah, yep.
So that's awesome. Yeah, we've had a couple of people donate some things. Brandy brought in a brand new Pioneer belt.
That's
it's
crazy.
pretty medium sized, so it would work for a lot of people. We have some prizes like that. My Fit Foods, Renee, homie is coming back. She's amazing. We love her so much.
Love that.
They're sponsoring with some meals.
Nice.
So we'll have like a variety of choice prizes that you can pick from for whoever wins, because not everybody's going to want the number one thing, right?
Sure.
It depends on what it is. It depends on who you are. If Tim wins, he's not fitting in Brandy's belt. That's just not going to happen, right? No. So why would he want it?
Right.
So we want to have things that appeal to people. So there's going to be like a pool of prizes, if you will. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And when there's money on the line, people act different.
People get for sure different.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And people, and with a series of prizes, somebody's going to want something.
Something.
You know?
Yeah.
I definitely, anytime so there was shout out down to Strength Union in Portland. The owner used to put on, I think he still does, these King of the Hill events.
Yeah. They're so fun.
They're so much fun.
That was my, fun fact.
Oh.
That was my very first powerlifting competition.
Really?
Yes.
You must have, I missed like 2 of them. You must have gone to one of those.
It
That's
was
crazy.
December of 22. It was late.
Okay.
It was very late in the year.
Yeah, I don't know if it was there.
That was the first time I pulled 425. I'd only
Hey.
barely pulled 400 before.
Gotcha.
And it was on rubber plates, because
Sure.
who cares? This dude's pulling 400. You let him use rubber, right?
Right.
Who cares?
Mhm.
And that's fine to me. I actually have no issue with that. Whatever. But it was a very casual thing, and we had all like the lighter, weaker people go, and I was in that category. And
Sure.
Craig was there, and Craig pulled, and he benched, and he didn't get the bench. This was before he got hurt.
Yeah.
A couple times. But he asked me to go with him and like hang out and compete. And that was the very first, like, I'd been to powerlifting meets as a spotter loader.
Sure.
But that was the first time I'd like gone from training gym bro to training for this.
Yep.
Right. Which still wasn't powerlifting, but
no, but you're showing up.
That was, shout out Jordan. Awesome dude. Wicked strong.
Very strong.
Also makes music now.
Yeah.
Not my kind of music, but like kind of bangs.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like techno EDM stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like heavy. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're good. I was trying to like catch where I was.
I know.
You're good. It was good. He puts on these events, and the prizes are typically like the pop figures.
Yeah.
Which I do not care about at all. But every time he shows up, there's one I'm like, that'd be kind of cool to have that thing.
It's just enough.
It's just enough. And it's like, I'm going to try now because I want that thingy.
Yes.
And like, that's all it is.
If you want it bad enough to be disappointed not to win, that's it. That's all you need. It's like, that would have been cool. Yeah.
There's one year, old owner Strength Union Kaylee brought in like a box. She does cookies. Keeks Treats is what it's called. The business.
Yeah.
She does a whole bunch of treats, and she brought in this huge box of treats, and I was like, I want that so badly. And it was like a best lift of the night thing or something. And also, Andre
the Giant.
No.
Okay.
He's a power lifter. He's a really famous power lifter. I can't remember his last name.
Me either.
He was there at the event.
Cool.
And so I tried to pull like 763 for the first time, and I failed it. I was really upset.
Damn.
But like,
happens.
Yeah. But I think that they gave it to me for the bench, because I did like a 455 bench press, I think, at the time.
Jeez.
And
still got the treats.
I won the prize, and I was so amped about that prize. I was like, I want it, because she makes some of the best brownies you've ever had in your life.
I've had some. They're amazing. She did one of our strongman events. She sponsored it.
Oh, yeah, she did. That's right. I was here for that.
Yeah, me too.
They are, well, I hope so.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Probably. So yes, the prize is like, you don't need anything huge or super big. Like, you just need to like
care about.
I want that thing. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anybody who's watching this should show up. It's going to be a lot of fun. All the events we're doing are going to be for the better of the gym, making it a safer, better place for everybody.
And we just like to hang out. This is one thing that I've really realized about this door situation. People care a lot about the community, and that's super awesome, of course. And it's one thing to like feel like that's true, but then like have this moment where it's like, hey, crap, this is really bad, and have a lot of people who be like, actually, no, it's okay. Let's do some things. Let's find a way. Yay, community! I love the gym here. It's amazing. I feel like a member as much as I am the owner. Yeah. If that makes sense, I'm here as well, and I use the gym, and I happen to run it as well. Yeah. But I'm just here, and I like to hang out, and these are my friends that come to the gym and do these things, and it's awesome. So yay, community! Yay, events coming up. Be there. Tell your friends. Let's talk a little bit about media.
This is a fun subject. I like this a lot because this has been the pushing force for fitness forever. Is media, right? Like it existed prior. Strongman's really well known for existing prior because they would like strongman basically started by people going to bars with big heavy stuff and saying like I can lift this. Yeah. I can lift this. Can anybody else lift this too? And maybe I can lift it more than you. And that was pretty much what it was. It was a gentleman's wager over
almost like carnival-esque.
It was very carnival-esque. Yes, very much. A lot of the old feats of strongmen are literally people just setting up weird, crazy contraptions in the middle of like their town square and then doing something insane.
Yeah.
And that was it. And
Showman.
so, yeah, very much very showy kind of thing.
Interesting.
So that's kind of its roots. And so it has existed previously.
Which makes sense that media is so integral, right?
Yes.
Because now, if this is basically, sorry, I'm dumb, and I really want to like lay this out for myself.
Sure.
To make it make sense. This started as somebody that was basically, what's the word? Not quite a jester, but a street performer-esque thing, in that this is my best way of like becoming a professional in something, right? And what I mean by professional is my living comes from this.
I think kind of. Because I wouldn't say it started
Look at me,
that way.
I'm impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the I'm impressive thing says you need to tell people that you're impressive, and then people need to agree or disagree, right? And that's media, is like, look at this thing.
Yeah.
And then people talking about it.
Yeah.
Right. And so I get where you're coming from, and that now that's like how that kind of started. And now we science and nutrition and our understanding of muscles and the body has developed so much that now it's more of a look what I know, look what I can do, and like, oh, this is what you should be doing, right? In magazines and whatnot, and how that has evolved over a really long time. I was talking like, a long time ago.
Yeah, and the cool thing about strength sports, they're transcendent.
Yeah.
In all of history, strength is respected.
Yes.
And it's viewed in different ways. And so at some point in history, some guy finds big log and he's like, I bet I can lift it. And the guy says, no, you can't. And he goes and lifts it. And the other guy's like, well, I bet I can too. And they go compete on trying to lift this log. That's strongman. Yeah. Powerlifting is, well, I can do this motion really well. Can you do it?
It's just way more organized.
Yeah, it's way more organized.
It's way more like defined.
Yeah.
And it's become more of a hobby rather than a profession.
Yep.
For most, because we've also realized, hey, we're humans. We're very sedentary in our current society. We need to do something to move. We talked about this earlier in the day.
Yep.
And a lot of people's preferred is strength.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
So the whole thing starts out here, right? And then it wasn't always for media, but I think our media started as like, there were like magazines and newspapers and like VHS that came out with these different, mostly people who were competing or providing some sort of information to the public.
Yeah. I mean, I can think of like, what was that? I mean, they're like
the 80s, like workout videos.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think of the name of one that my mom used to.
There's so many,
but I don't remember. But like that's kind of the idea, right? Is that's media.
Yes,
that is what we're talking about, and it's come so far. So we're going to start back in caveman days, and now we're going a little further forward.
So the publication of like media for the intent of either instruction or entertainment, right? Like that's kind of what I'm centering around here for this.
Okay.
And it's kind of interesting in a lot of these sports because the big bodybuilder we talk about is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sure,
and he was not. Like he showed up on stage, he looked amazing, but his fame and popularity was not from his stage performances. It was his personality outside of the stage. He was in movies, in videos, in commercials. He was on every magazine. Like he really popularized the sport because his personality was so engaging all the time. People wanted to hear him talk. They wanted to see him do things. And like,
how do you do this? What's your workout like for that?
And he'd do like feats of strength out in the public. He'd go to the Muscle Beach in California. That's why it's famous. Is he'd go out and work out there. And he'd show people I can lift so much weight and do all these things. And that's where the media come from. So because he has such a personality, the media was like, oh, we can capitalize on this. And that's why bodybuilding pays so much money now, because the media follows it. And it's been popularized by the media.
People care.
People care a lot. And we had the same thing for powerlifting in I would even say like early 90s, mid 2000s with like magazines were huge. Like there were powerlifting magazines everywhere. People were really excited.
to me.
It's a crazy
Because
thought.
like
There was money in it. There really was.
I know, but that's like a still picture.
Yeah.
Who wants to? I can understand with bodybuilding because like
sure.
it's less in the movement.
Yeah.
But just why? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing we do now. Like it's really like because when somebody says, "Oh, Engelbrecht pulled 1,100 pounds," right? Like, cool. I don't have to watch that. You know, like a lot of people won't watch it. A lot of people just know it happened, right?
That's true.
And it's the same thing. It was news kind of thing. People are doing insane things, especially in this era. People were doing insane things all the time because we were
way less optimized.
The realm of insane was also smaller.
Yeah,
600-pound squat was insane. That was unreasonably heavy.
Well, okay, this is interesting. So there becomes this point where we learn, and this is still data to this day coming out about this, about how good for you resistance training is.
Yeah,
and so we talked about this, and our preferred method, right, is, and of course we're biased, we're on a powerlifting podcast.
For sure.
But there's a ton of data that says resistance training, and not particularly powerlifting, but resistance training, which is powerlifting falls under the umbrella of, which is very wide, right? And you can do whatever you want under that.
Sure.
I have my opinions. Is so good for you. And so now more and more people are picking up it as a hobby, and so more and more people care. So there's more and more attention paid to it. So the media, then there's money in it.
Yes. Well, kind of. So there's two specs. There's like a weird way that this is developed because the magazines used to cover competitions.
Okay.
So whoever was the strongest, whoever won the most, Ed Cohen's a great example. Whoever was the most outstanding athlete was the person who was covered the most often. They were the one in all the magazines. They were the one on DVDs.
Which means they're getting
and CDs.
sponsors.
It's effectively a sponsorship because you would get money for being on those magazines for all these things. You'd get kickback on it, and you're doing interviews with people. You're getting paid for those and all these different things. So people want to hear you talk. They want to hear what you're doing. They want to hear everything. That was the only way that information got out to the public.
That is the same as like Arnold having a personality, right? And
exactly.
So I think once it matters who wins, once people care, then things change.
Yeah. And it's I had another one for this. We'll move forward. CDs and DVDs come out down the road, right? And now it becomes personal because people can sell their own DVDs.
You can make your own DVD.
They did.
Right? That is a very widely, I recall, shut up, my dad and my grandpa, actually.
Cool.
When I was very young, and you might have memories of this too, my grandpa, at a very early, he was a huge tech guy for how old he was.
Yeah.
Very into it. And by tech, I mean like the ability to burn DVDs. Like
what was tech in the time?
Yeah, right. Like, but he was huge into it and like way ahead of the times. And like when DVDs were coming out, he had this thing. My dad did it for a long time too. He would go and like what used to be Netflix or whatnot. He would regularly get batches of DVDs and burn them.
Oh my God. Yeah. I love that. Good for him.
So we had tons of movies that we didn't buy because we had the subscription, and I know, probably illegal, but whatever.
Statute of limitations.
Who
this is a long time
gives a fuck
ago.
about DVDs now?
Nobody
anyways,
cares,
bro.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
If Disney wants to come after me, honestly, that's great for me.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Big publication.
Anyways,
owner of Hardcore Barbell gets sued.
Wow. Any publicity is good publicity.
Any publicity is good publicity, for sure, especially with the door.
I totally lost my train of thought. Yeah. Shout out door.
The DVDs. So yeah, it changes now to I can produce my own form of income.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. But with this influx of
eyeballs,
100%, who gets the most attention and who is able to produce the most income with this thing. And in a lot of these sports, they cost a lot of money. And the more you want to do them, the better you want to get, it's going to cost more money. And whoever has more money is going to have more access to success also.
Let's talk about that.
Let's do it.
What are some of the expenses of being a powerlifter? Like a really high level one.
Yeah. Food.
Like a professional powerlifter or a professional strong person.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Let's talk like more zoomed out, even like bodybuilder or strongman.
Okay. We'll go professional athlete in general.
Yeah.
Food expensive. Very expensive. Because it's not now. It matters everything that you eat. Everything that you eat matters, and you're training for a specific weight class, training for a specific range and on anything, right?
Your
Like
body is your source of income.
Mhm.
So food is what you put into it. It matters the absolute most.
100%. Food's huge. Travel is huge. Like you're going everywhere. The big meats are never going to be near you. It's almost impossible.
That's a good point, right?
Yeah.
You live in one place. There's a lot of other places than where you live.
Yeah.
Seems unlikely that you're gonna.
Yeah. And at a high level, you're traveling regularly for competitions.
Mhm.
You're not going to be doing meets locally very often if you're competing at the top of the sport. You're going wherever the money is, really. Like wherever the most publicity is. Most money, publicity, whatever. That's huge. Equipment costs a lot of money. For bodybuilding too, bodybuilding suits are really expensive, which is crazy because it's a Speedo, but it's really expensive.
I've heard that about the bikinis too.
Yeah, they're super
Like,
expensive.
like first of all, why it's crazy.
It's insane.
But anyways, yeah.
No, super expensive. Like the equipment, the stuff like that. Singlets obviously are a lot less expensive. But we have knee sleeves, wrist wraps, knee wraps, belts that are all very, very
And those
expensive.
things wear out.
Yep. And they're going to need to be replaced at some point. And you change, so your equipment changes, so on and so forth. That's huge. You still need to pay for being a human being and existing. Yep. And if you're choosing to live on income from media or from competition or whatever, you don't have like health insurance and things. So you pay for all that private.
Yeah.
That's very expensive. And this is not even including the drugs that most of these people are taking also, which
are also expensive.
Very expensive. Bodybuilding specifically, bodybuilding and strongman are very high drug use sports. And so
more than powerlifting for sure.
By a lot. Yeah. And so they are extraordinarily expensive in how many hormones and peptides and SARMs and things are being plugged into these people's bodies every day. To get them to be competitive and continue to produce results at the level they need.
Because winning matters, right?
Winning matters.
Or not winning, but
presentation.
Yes, right. And that's exactly what we're talking about is if you want to be competitive, which is no longer what you need to be successful, it is one of the things that you need, right? It is like the baseline.
Yep.
If you want attention, you have to be competitive. And then on top of that, you need to be interesting.
So kind of, and I want to put it off. I want to spin off this a little bit because we're talking about DVDs, right? And so like the expenses and everything, it's expensive. Whoever has the most money, most success,
I'm too far forward into the now.
Kind of. We're getting there.
Okay.
So the DVDs and everything.
Getting ahead of myself.
You're good. It's okay. Start selling DVDs. The income's down in my hands. And then social media comes out and it's not used as a source of income because somebody's paying for social media this time, right? Like we're talking about Facebook. Yeah. YouTube just starts existing. Facebook starts existing.
I love YouTube being social media. Normal. It is.
It is.
It's so social media. It's long form content, but okay. And it depends on the channel. Some channels are more strictly like educational,
right,
or like whatnot. But a lot of YouTube is like personal stuff.
And when it started, YouTube was not used as a means of like creating content for income. When it started, YouTube was, hey, here's stuff that I have. And the bodybuilding DVDs and the powerlifting DVDs were being created, were being sold on there by advertisements. It was an ad, basically. You were saying, hey, here's stuff that I do and I know. If you want to see more of it, buy my DVDs.
Yeah.
So they were using it as an ad space very often. But media was typically very informative. It was very much based on what the people are actually doing in their diet, in their training, and whatever. It was, hey, here's something of value so that you believe that whatever else I have is of value too, which is much different than it is today. And so we move on to current day where social media starts paying out money. And this is where the conversation gets really interesting because up until now, fairly straightforward, right? Wherever people are looking is where money's at.
Eyeballs pay,
Eyeballs pay. And people who are not given 24/7 access to your life, whoever's winning is the person I want to see the most. You know, it's like people who are not into sports, myself included. Super Bowl happens, I'm like, who won? And they can tell me, and I'm like, cool, story over. I don't care about any of the details. Who won the Super Bowl? That's what I need to know. Moving on.
That's interesting.
You know?
This is interesting, for sure. Mm-hmm. Because I know you, right? Yeah. And we're going to tie this into powerlifting in a second. Mm-hmm. Because that's going to be way more widely applicable. Yes. I think there's way more fans of the Super Bowl than there are of the national meet that happens depending on the federation. It's not close.
I guess.
It's not close. But your perspective is like, whereas, and that's why you're a really good example for this, is you want people that are very vaguely interested to hear your name.
Yes.
And that's your point, right? Is
Exactly.
who won the Super Bowl? I don't know nothing about football. I don't care. You're going to tell me a team, and I may have never even heard of them.
Yeah.
But now I have.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And so when that comes to powerlifting, it's like, okay, well, who's the strongest guy in the world? Right. Like,
Yep.
That's the question.
Yep.
That's where the eyes go. And if you're not that person, okay, well, now you need to be interesting and still competitive, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not the strongest, but now you have to be the less competitive you are, the exponentially more interesting you have to be.
In that era.
Is that not still true?
I would say it's not true anymore. Because at this point in time, if we think about who's making the most money in fitness, in any aspect, right?
Okay.
Very rarely are they the best people in the sport. The exception being strongman. I would say strongman is the single exception.
Okay.
Every other aspect, it is not important if you compete at all for you to be great. Brad Castleberry is a great example of this. Were you around for Castleberry?
I think bodybuilding is a great example of how this is
not
true.
even bodybuilding, because Castleberry did both.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Were you around for that?
Partially.
Okay. Brad Castleberry, and for everybody else who wasn't around, was widely known. Like, he was huge.
I know the name.
Yeah, he was huge. And he'd go into the gym and he would do crazy stunts. He was super shredded, very lean. He would do giant backflips, huge box jumps up, like 70, 80-inch boxes, whatever. Very athletic. And he would do bench presses at like 780 pounds. And he would do like 900-pound squats. And he would deadlift all this weight. And so people are like, man, like, this guy's a freak. There's no way he's so strong. He's so strong. Everybody who's competitive is like, step on a platform. Do it. Do it in person. And he wouldn't do it. And it got leaked much later that he was using fake plates and fake equipment, editing his videos. And so like a lot of the stunts that he would do were fully fake.
Yeah.
He was lifting like 20 pounds total.
But there were eyeballs.
But there were a lot of eyeballs. And he is the best example for how social media has adjusted the fitness space. Where like when you can make money from simply having more people look at your content and follow your content, and that's all you have to do. All you do is put on a good show. And so people who present well with strength, who look good, and who are able to keep you engaged with their either quality of media or their personality are now the most important people in the sport because they're making the most money. And people who are choosing solely to pursue excellence and greatness in a sport are kind of put in back view until you are at the absolute highest level, and you might get lucky and get some views on your stuff for a little while, unless you're able to also figure out the media and make it work well in your favor. But it's a hard thing to do.
Let's talk about media for not the individual.
Okay.
But from the individual's perspective, the media on like different gyms. Something you talked about earlier, and I don't remember if we were live yet, but we were talking about a gym that opened up nearby.
We were live,
and we were discussing when it opened and how we knew and whatever. And you said it popped up in your like recommended for. And the recommended for is what I want to talk about here. In terms of individual scrolling through Instagram and getting Instagram is, I don't know if there's a whole other side of it, but for me, it just feels like it's only fitness. Yeah. And maybe that's just my algorithm, but it's like fitness, and there's some art and there's a lot of other things in there, but mine is mostly fitness.
Yeah.
And so what makes you, if somebody follows you and you don't know them, are you going to follow them back?
It depends.
What if you know of them? What if you've competed with them, like at the same event, same day, but didn't speak a word to each other?
Still depends. It still depends a lot. For me, my feed is who is getting my attention, and I don't pay a lot of attention in the first place, right?
Yeah.
And so when I scroll, I scroll
way
really
more than I like people.
100%. I scroll super, super fast. I like pretty much everything I see, just because I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at, and I don't want to miss something if somebody that I do know is posting something, and I'm like, I didn't like your thing, sorry, People get weird about that.
Crazy.
So,
we use social media very differently.
That is the people-pleasing way to use
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah, but I think this is interesting to talk about how different people, because the subject is media, right?
Yeah.
And we have so many different ways of looking at that and going through that. And it's interesting to hear about somebody else's perspective, whereas, because I can feel that way. And then there's some things where I'm like, there's people I follow. I'm not going to name drop. That will post things. And in fact, I've started like muting their posts because I want to support them as a follower because I know them and I support them as like a content person or whatever, because
Sure.
I know them and I have no issue with them, but they post some crazy stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm like, first of all, not really trying to see that side of you.
Yep.
Second of all, I don't want to like that because people are weird, and sometimes they'll, what I'm talking about. If it shows you that somebody liked something, that's crazy, and it's like, why are you liking that?
Yeah.
But I want to support that person.
Sure.
Right. But I don't want to like that.
And that's where it comes from, because a lot of
I don't
the
want to see
people,
it.
a lot of people
I
that I
need that
follow,
shit.
agree. A lot of people I follow are influencers of some kind or trying to become an influencer because it's fitness.
And I
Everybody
support
is.
you, and that's great. Like,
Yeah.
and we just talked about there's so many reasons to do that, and the more eyeballs you get, the better. And so that's why I don't want to unfollow, because I do support you, and I'm like, yeah, do your thing.
Yep.
Look, I know you personally. Like, I've met you in real life. I know this person.
Yeah.
But they post some stuff, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, even if you don't, like, there's people I don't support that I follow, and it's entertainment. Like, I'm entertained
Well,
by
that's
the
a
stuff.
whole different thing.
100%. But like, it's part of that
I'm
too.
a big hate watcher.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love to hate watch.
Absolutely. Big on it. It's so much fun.
And not
but,
like actually hate, but like
this is crazy and this shouldn't be a thing. And it's really funny that it
more
is.
like entertainment watch. Hate watch is probably not the right phrase to use there, because that implies that I wish them ill. I don't.
Sure,
I very few people that I interact with do I actually like, ooh, you suck. I hope bad things happen to you.
Yep.
That's just crazy that anybody's like that.
Yeah.
I really, if I follow you, I in some form or fashion support you and want you to do well. Right. Some of the content you guys do.
Crazy
And I'm the
stuff,
same
dude.
way, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you saw my story today, I'm on some crazy stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
But not everybody, like, there's
It's not always intentional.
I'm thinking of your story right now, and the fact that you called that crazy. It's not crazy, Jake.
it's not.
It's not crazy. No.
I didn't-
I know
listen to
people that, like, my whole family, okay, my mom, my dad, and my little brother live together. And sometimes my sister's kids go to her house. So there's like a lot of people in this house. They will buy a half gallon of milk and it'll expire.
Before
That's
the-
crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, right? Like,
That's insane to me.
so there's two sides of people. Okay.
Yeah.
People that drink milk,
Yeah.
which it sounds like all three of us are.
the right people.
Yes. So my story, I had whole gallons empty
God.
of milk.
That's so
And I hadn't
much
taken them out. And it's like, okay, well, Jake, that's probably gross. It's probably old as crap, right?
Yeah.
And in the story, I showed the dates of expiration. It's the 18th today. The oldest jug expires the 20th. So it's not like I'm sitting on this milk. I'm going through it.
Yeah. That's crazy amount of milk. Jesus Christ, dude. Yes, that's so
You
much
think
milk.
it's fine?
That's so
I mean,
much
it's a
milk.
lot.
People, not to like.
All right, Kai's on my side.
not to
Three
make
jugs
it
or
like
3
a
gallons?
Crazy conversation, but people will post like their nudes on their stories. I would love
Yes,
to
okay,
hear about
yeah.
your
Thank
milk.
you.
I would
Yeah.
love to
Yes,
hear about
right.
your
There's
empty milk
great
jugs
point.
and how-
Thank you,
And how
Kai.
comical
Yeah.
you think that your milk consumption is. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's great. It's
Yes,
wholesome.
okay.
It's silly.
Great.
Yeah,
Not
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
So we can agree that there are like some things that I'm like, hey, do your thing, get your bag.
I
If
don't
that's
wanna
what you're
see
trying to
anybody's
do,
nudes.
but I'm not trying, or I'm not even like a full nude, but like they'll post like not a story, but like a picture of them posing, and they're like a bodybuilder-esque person,
Sure.
and great. You are actually very impressive. You do a really good job. You have great genetics. Yay. But I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
And I also don't really want to like it because I want to support you, but that feels weird.
Sure.
And so media is really interesting because there's such a personal aspect of it, of how you view things.
Yeah.
Right. You are viewing and liking, and it's a supportive thing. You're like, I want to like people and I want to do the thing, and that's great. And some people use it entirely differently as I think it's really interesting, and I wish the space I wish I wasn't a part of it forming and existing. I wish I got to see it from like an objective, like after the fact. The way we can look back on magazines and DVDs and all of this stuff. Because right now we're too in it to understand and have this wise, like, yes, it blah, blah, blah. It just doesn't. It's happening and I'm a part of it. And I don't feel that way about my scrolling, right? It's more of I'm experiencing this with you, this media thing. The internet is really cool and it's awesome. But I think Instagram specifically is the app I'm really talking about when I talk about like fitness media. There are other things. I'm not on TikTok at all. And Facebook does have reels and YouTube has reels. And that's, I would say, more money's in YouTube reels than Facebook for sure, but I think Instagram is king. I think the
Yeah.
more time and eyeballs you get on Instagram is probably the top one.
Yeah.
TikTok, of course, has all the kids, but
Yeah.
I'm not a kid. Did you know I'm a millennial?
Yes.
Oh,
Why is that so weird?
he's Gen Z.
99?
98.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I think I'm the last year.
He is.
And I think that's sweet because I don't want to be like
I
you.
have heard
Yeah.
so many. God damn. All I know is that if somebody is born after 2000 and you have the balls to call me a millennial, I'm going to smack you silly.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Kai, you should just be on the podcast, by the way. This is crazy. We talk to you all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm together. I don't say enough. I'm good.
Well, you don't need to. You can do the same thing, but just be on the camera.
So Jackson did.
Anyways,
Uh,
media is really interesting.
it's really interesting. There's a lot of different perspectives to it too, and I think like you guys talking about like people posting. I don't really care what people post, honestly. Like for the most part, there's
Me
things
either.
I care about information.
Oh,
That's the thing
geez.
that matters to me. So when people, there's somebody specifically that I followed recently to support them because they're a member of the gym, and I was like, cool, like you're doing your thing, you're going through stuff, but everything they post is absolutely insane and just horrifically wrong.
Unhinged.
Horrifically wrong, and like they're producing
bad
this-
information.
like bad information. Yeah.
Interesting.
And they're putting out bad information to the whole media, and they look decent, and so they're going to have, if they can produce a following, they're going to have following, and they're
Yeah.
and everything they do, I'm like, this is the worst. This is the worst
You're
advice I've
gonna
ever heard
hurt
in my
somebody.
life. You're going to hurt somebody. You're going to cause so many issues. Like you're
So
going
what
to.
do you do?
I just unfollow them because I can't do anything else.
Unfollow them.
But that's at that point I unfollow.
You can't
them. So I'm like,
stop them.
no, I can't stop. Well, it doesn't matter if I stop them, but me providing that support to incorrect information to like something that is genuinely negative media about fitness
Mhm.
is
I think that
Hurting
is
the-
like
the industry.
I love this word. The noble thing to do.
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
to not support them.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I
And
guess
that's the
I
only-
look at social media as like a freedom of speech type issue.
Yeah.
In that I use it as like I was gonna
You're
say
a silly guy.
I was gonna say diary.
yeah.
Sure.
I like that.
Memory log. I
Yeah.
I
Yes.
really like to put things out there, and I love the ability to communicate and have things to talk about with people. But I don't always like love interacting with people. So
Yeah.
if I have a thing in my house that I want to talk about or like address, I'm going to record myself talking about some milk, and then I get to have these fun conversations with people,
Yeah.
even though I don't like want to live with somebody
Yeah.
and
no,
get
for
that
sure.
social interaction. And so it's this like, I think it can be
Mhm.
used in this diary-esque way of like, hey, here's some of my life.
Mhm.
I want to share it with you. If you don't want to be a part of that, don't follow me.
Yeah.
Right. But I think a lot of people, I think that's the other option is more like monetary. This is my
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Right. And so having two accounts, it's awful because I'm on the app all the time and it's for both reasons and it's
Yeah.
crap.
Well, I think that there's even with one account, there's two
Instagram.
uses for the device for the service because I have my side of my lifting, and I post my
I guess
lifting.
following.
Yeah, yeah. The stuff that I post and produce is totally different from the what I view. Like I treat them very differently because for me, it very much is a diary of like what I've done,
Yeah.
like my lifting career, like all because I have videos from years and years, like from when I first started training for competition, long time ago, and it's pretty much just, hey, this is what I did today. Here's what I'm learning. Here's what I figured out. Here's what I'm trying to do.
How often do you look back at it?
Pretty often.
Like actually.
Like read through the posts not very often because I'm very long-winded. So
Well,
I wrote books.
Who knew?
Yeah, I
I
wrote.
talks on podcasts. God,
Oh my god!
has
Yeah,
lots to say.
I wrote books on the bottom of
Yeah.
these because I would talk about like, oh, I'm learning about rooting, and I don't feel like my pinky toes were drilled down enough,
So
and
talk
that
to
caused.
me about. I really want to zone in on this for a second because I think it's interesting and I think it could be productive for other people to hear about your perspective on this.
Mhm.
Then what is the benefit of being long-winded if you're not going to go back and read it? And I'm not like calling you
Sure.
out,
Yeah.
because I know you, and there's a calculated reason of why you would still do a thing even if it's not the intuitive reason.
For everybody else.
Interesting.
Specifically because my Instagram was just my personal Instagram,
Mhm.
and it's not really like a fitness Instagram. It just is my Instagram.
Yeah.
It's the only one I have.
It's a diary. It's Jameson.
Yeah.
It's
This is just
a
my
public
life.
log.
Yeah, here we are. And
but what?
So it was like, here's all the things I'm doing, whatever. And it was, I'm learning things after I started posting and competing, like, I don't know, at minimum 5 years into lifting, right? And I had learned a lot, but objectively not very much.
Sure.
So I still had so much to learn. And I got into I was just getting into biomechanics and understanding how the body works and how you can adjust that for different people's anatomy and whatever. And so I was posting and giving this huge presentation of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it.
That makes sense. Earlier you were talking about informational.
Yeah. And it's breakdowns of like, why am I doing this?
That also aligns with your thoughts on the recent gym member.
Yeah, exactly. So
interesting.
What in the kinetic chain am I trying to change? And how am I doing that? And so I'd post about those things that I'd present it really for anybody else listening, maybe or watching, or like I have a similar issue, whatever. I stopped doing that because one, it takes a long time to write.
Yeah.
And if anything goes wrong in that post and it doesn't end up posting, which happened all the time.
Internet's gotten a lot better though.
Has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Mostly it was because I was using too many hashtags, but they won't tell you that. So they didn't say anything. And so I was like, sick.
I hate the hashtag meta, bro. Get this shit out of here. It's dumb.
It's pretty much dead now.
I know. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Algorithms got way better. Again, yay. Internet getting better.
Yay. But yeah, so I stopped doing it. It took too much time. And like really people don't care. When people are watching through Instagram, I think a lot of people do similar to what I do. They'll watch what you have and they'll move on. Very few people actually read through your post, especially if it's long.
Well, especially if you don't know the person.
Yep. Absolutely.
I think it's different knowing somebody versus like them catching your attention.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's like almost two different sides of media.
Mm-hmm.
And most people, I agree. I think the good way to use media is the way you're using it, in that like, hey, this is for people I know and like talk to and interact with. And if you care about it, then awesome, read it. I'm not going to make it for everybody because that's not the goal. That's not the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the business. It's more of the log.
Yeah.
And it's still informational, but it's not informational for the purpose of selling. Yeah,
no. And to your previous point of like, would I follow somebody back? I feel those are different things. Like me following you is different than you following me. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. If I know you, we've had a conversation, we got along, whatever, absolutely I'll follow you back. Mm-hmm. But, and it doesn't really matter what you post. If I like talking to you as a person, I'm going to follow you. If you were at the same meet as me, we did not exchange a single word. I looked at you once and you didn't look back, like whatever. So for example, right? Sure. Like just for example, it depends on what I see on your post. Like I'm going to go through your page, and if I recognize, I'm not going to follow them back.
That's fair.
Yeah,
there's no reason to.
If I don't know you, I don't care what you're posting. And if you're posting, I'm going to see what you're posting. Am I interested in what you're doing? And do I care what you do next?
Yeah. So if it's like the strongest guy at the meet, he's got a private account, and he follows you.
I'm following back.
You're going to request him back.
Yeah.
But if it's not even weak guy, but just peer,
one of the guys,
but he's like 145. He's wicked light, and he's really strong. But he doesn't say anything to you, and you don't say anything to him. Probably not following him.
Really strong, maybe. Like it would be. It's a decision.
Okay.
On the case.
Yes. Like
just random guy.
Yeah.
Just average day Joe.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I think that makes sense. I think that's a healthy decision. The numbers inflate so quickly, and sometimes I go through and I get all these follows from people, and I'm like, oh, maybe I've seen you before, or you look like you powerlift, so maybe that's why you followed me. Maybe you know who I am, but I don't know who you are. And so like I used to like follow people back and stuff, and now I'm just like, I guess if you want to follow me, go for it, but that's just not why I'm here.
Yeah, no. For me, it's very much like, do I care about this? And if I care about it, I will support you back. Otherwise, I'm like, thank you for your support. Moving on. Somebody's vibing real hard. Yeah. This is a crazy song to put on in the gym, like blasting.
I love it.
It's great, but it's so funny.
Okay.
I'm like, thank you for the support. I appreciate that you wanted to follow me and like my content, but I'm not gonna follow you back.
Yeah, and I think that's totally fine.
It doesn't exchange both ways for me.
It doesn't need to, and it shouldn't.
No. One of the things I think is really cool about Instagram, unless you're getting restless.
A little bit. I also need to pee.
That's fair. But I'll make this go in quick then.
Okay.
The other cool thing is gyms on social media.
Yeah, and I started to bring this up, and we touched on it a little bit, but
Yep.
We honed in on the individual because that's what we are, and it was
Yep.
easier to talk about that because it's not a lot of people run a business-esque account.
Yep.
That's a totally different thing, and
Hugely
is
different.
way more community-based, and that has been really interesting to learn about and
Yeah.
to look at how to optimize and what I should and shouldn't be doing and
Yep.
what blah blah blah. It's been really interesting.
And so,
Hillsborough.
yeah, so there's a gym in Hillsborough called Hillsborough Barbell Club. Real creative name. Not throwing shade. That was funny though. So,
Hardcore barbell. Sick.
anyways, yeah. So, anyways, gym opens up. I had no idea this place was existing.
I didn't either.
No, it was.
I didn't learn about it until today.
Yeah, right. And so it was opening up, I guess, at some point a couple of years ago. I found out through Instagram because it was on my recommended follows list. They didn't follow me. They followed nobody I knew. There was one powerlifter in Hillsborough that I knew of, and we followed each other. Then I reached out to them, and I'm like, do you know anything about this? And they're like, nope. And I was like,
That's
okay.
so crazy.
Yeah.
That just nobody knew.
Yeah, nobody had any idea what's going on. And in my opinion, it was a really poorly executed opening because there was no actual community outreach. The community is very strong and huge in
It
this
is.
area.
Yes.
And it's really easy to get into social media and find pretty much everybody. Like, it's not that tough.
I was anecdote. Brandon Morgan.
Yeah.
Do you remember the video of him with the trap bar loaded with groceries and the watermelons on the end?
Yes.
He
I love the
reposted
video.
that today or
Yeah.
something of it. I was like, dude, I forgot that was you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm on the internet for.
100%. 100%. It's
oh
so
my
good.
gosh.
It's so good. Brandon Morgan does some of the best fitness content.
He
honestly.
does.
He really
and,
does a great job.
And what I love about him is at the same time, he's very informative.
Yes, he is.
Informationally sound,
Really smart.
good lifter, really knows what he's talking about. Shout out Brandon Morgan.
He's genuinely the ideal social media personality.
Agree.
I think so. He does everything very well. Yeah, and so with Hillsborough Barbell, I was kind of disappointed because I was like, it's so easy to go on and like, if it was me, I would follow every single person in the area that lifted at all.
I get it, but in their defense, it's hard.
I guess it's hard, but it's also like, maybe this is the entrepreneur like inside of me.
It
But I'm
just
like,
makes sense. I agree.
at the end of the day, when you're looking at, I want to open a business, it's so much risk.
I really need to pee. But also, Rihanna goes hard.
Brandon goes crazy. It's so much risk. Why not give yourself every single possible opportunity at success?
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
That's my take for it. I was like, I wish you would have done more. I feel like I should have heard about this from somebody, or I should have seen a post from you guys at some point, or like a follow or whatever. Well, I did for a long time.
That's true. You know a lot of people over there.
I know a ton of people over there. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, it was just like I was very surprised not to hear about it, and it's still the Portland Metro.
Yeah.
Which we kind of still are, anyways.
Yeah.
We can wrap up. It's okay.
I really need to pee.
Yeah, we should wrap up.
Hit me. Thank you for coming to this week's episode of Hardcore Yappin. We had a whole lot to talk about and not a whole lot at the same time.
Yeah, kind of.
We'll be back again soon. We're doing another tier list video. I'm super excited about it. Kai's going to be a part of it again.
I know nothing about it.
Stay tuned. Yeah, I'm not telling anybody. It's a secret.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.